We have spent £119 million this summer. Not the biggest amount of money I've ever spent on FM, but still a sizable chunk of money. But have we spent it wisely? Because my aim after the successes of the last 2 seasons is to finish this safe in the Champions League spots. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Vicarage Road ground in Watford. And if you are a first-time visitor here, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support all that very good stuff that you can see scrolling above. And if you're a regular visitor, you will know that in this short 3-season mini-series with Watford, we have had 2 very nice seasons indeed, and that culminating last season in us qualifying for the Europa League by finishing 5th in the Premier League. Narrowly, I might say, missing out on the Champions League by just a few goal difference to Tottenham. And so this year, our ambition is to qualify in the Champions League spots. And so we have been very, very busy in the summer and in the summer transfer window. And we will come to that very, very shortly. But we have made a very good start to the season despite all the traumas. And one of those traumas being, if we go to the medical centre, you can see that with the current injuries, we have 6 players out. And most of those have been out for the whole of August. And so it has been a very difficult time during August to try and pick a fully fit team. But we have survived and we have done very well. But if we look at the injury history, you can see we are top of the league in terms of the injury history, and that has not been a great start. However, with the international break that is going to occur just after our next fixture, we're hoping that we'll have most of these back within the next 2 weeks and they'll be fit and ready after the break. And so let's go and have a look what we've done in the transfer window. And we have to go back to the end of last season where it all began, and a number of players left at the end of the season. And a few of the big names include Musa Sissoko, who was the club captain, but now getting on in age at 34 years of age. We felt that it was the right thing to do to let him go and cash in on him before his contract runs down, and we sold him for £9.25 million. And goalkeeper Sam Johnston, he went out to Bournemouth for £18.25 million. He was a good goalkeeper, but a little bit too injury prone for my liking, so we decided to cash in on him, and we got £18.25 million from Bournemouth, and now his injury problems become their problem. And so if we go to the players out for the current season, some of the big names include Josh King, who was a right winger. He also is getting on in age a little bit now at 31 years of age. Still a very good player, but really we felt that we could do better than him on the left wing. And so we had to let him go, and he went out for £9.75 million. Dominguez Quina. He was a right winger, playing also in central midfield for us occasionally. He was never able to get into the first team, and he was complaining a little bit about his playing time. So we felt we could probably do a little bit better than this boy, and we let him go for £4.4 million. And Samir, a central defender, who is a decent Premier League central defender. Again, we felt that we needed to strengthen in defence, and he was the one that we highlighted as the player who was going to go, and he was let go for £5.5 million. And finally, the last of the big names, Hassan Kamara, who again was a very good player for us, but unfortunately he came to me and he asked me for an improved contract. He wanted to be an important player, but I wasn't prepared to let that happen, and I felt that we could do a lot better, and so we decided to let him go, and he went out for £7.75 million. And so off the pitch, we'd had a very busy time selling players during the summer, and so we decided to bring in a number of defensive players, and we have I think, succeeded in signing some very, very good players. The net income for selling players of £56.5 million we were able to add to the 63 million that we received, and so we've spent a lot of money, especially in defence, and hopefully we've made some very nice purchases and we will achieve our goals this year. First off, we've brought in Paul Bernardoni for £7 million. He is a good goalkeeper, not the best in the world, but I think he will do a very, very good job for us. He is already starting to improve. His jumping reach has improved, and I think that he will do a very, very nice job for us. We brought him in as our first choice goalkeeper. And then Raul Bellanova, he came in from Bordeaux, and he is a very, very good fullback, developing still. He's just 23 years old, but I think that he will do a very nice job for us at right back. And then Nazwa Mazuri, he came in for a lot of money from Liverpool, £39 million, probably going to be playing him a lot as a defensive midfielder, can play at right back, can play even at right wing, and he is looking like a very good signing, and we brought him in for an awful lot of money. We brought him in for £39 million. And then Anel Amidozic, he's come in from Bordeaux. He is a ball-playing central defender. He's looks like a very good player to me. He's very physical, has good mentals. He's also a very technical player, and I think he will do a very nice job for us. He's definitely an improvement on what we had before, and we brought him in for a lot of money. Again, we brought him in for 18.5 million. And then we brought in a left winger, Jota. Not the Jota that you're thinking of, Jota from Benfica. He's a very, very good player. He doesn't have the greatest of pace, but he is technically very good, great dribbling, good crosser of the ball. He has great technique, and we think that he is going to be a very fine signing, and we've brought him in from Benfica for £19.25 million. And the final piece of the puzzle is the left back that we so desperately wanted, and we had to spend a lot of money for him. We brought him in from Udinese, but he cost us £42 million, and I'm really hoping that that is money well spent. He's a very, very quick player, has good physicals, his mentals are starting to develop very well for a 20-year-old, and also his technicals are quite good for somebody 20. I'm hoping that he's going to be a very good player for us. And so it's been a very, very busy transfer window. We've spent a total of £119 million, and mostly strengthening the defence, and I hope that we've made some very good decisions. Otherwise, we could be in big trouble. And in terms of how the season has started, it started very, very well. And we had some very tough fixtures to begin, Manchester City and Wolves and Manchester United. But we began with a very nice 2-1 victory at Manchester City. And in a game that we really were under the cosh for most of the game, we did score the opening goal in the 58th minute. Stacey's cross was put into his own goal by Stones, and we were a goal up. But Manchester City are a very, very good side, and from a set piece, Haaland made it 1-1. It was pretty much a rearguard action from us, but we did have an attacking threat. Our defence had performed extremely well, and Lucas fed in Vargas to make it 2-1. And that's how it remained for the last 15 minutes, and it was a really, really good victory against Manchester City to open the season. And then we had a comfortable, shall we say, win at home to Wolves, and so we had won 2 from 2, and that is a great start to the season, putting us in 4th in the table, just behind Manchester United, who we will play next, as they have also won both their opening games. And so I think it's now time to say, let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for the game against Manchester United is Bernardoni in goal, with Stacey, Amedozovic, Alderette, Udogi, Estaquio, Scott and Dominguez in midfield, Jota, Sarr and Vitinha will play up front for us. And there are a lot of hard, difficult names to say, and it's going to be a very, very difficult commentary for me. And I think we should go to the game now. This is a game that Manchester United are our bogey team, and we never get good results against Manchester United. We do very, very well against Manchester City, we do very well against Arsenal, and we do very well against everybody really apart from Manchester United. They have become a little bit of a bogey team, and I would like to think that we can get something out of this game. It's third against fourth, and it's a big game, and whoever wins this will make a big statement in terms of the Premier League. And it is Manchester United, as I suspected, who have the first highlight. They're a very, very pacey team, and we need to be very, very vigilant against that pace. We have reduced the lines, we've brought the lines back a bit because we know they will play and use that pace, and we have decided that we're going to bully them a little bit, that we're going to go in very strong on them, that we are going to press them very hard. They're not the youngest team in the world, and if we can run them around a bit, then we might be able to get a result out of this. But here's Shaw, Pogba, who's still playing for Manchester United, but well intercepted. And here is Scott bringing it forward. Scott finds Jota on the left wing. Jota, can he get a cross in? And he finds Scott, and that is a great save, and it's still saved. And we've somehow managed not to put that in. Vitinha actually has had a very slow start to the season. He's not at his best, and he wasn't even in pre-season. And there's Dominguez with a long shot, and that is palmed over the bar by De Gea. And we started very, very well. And maybe we are a very, very good team this year, as Jota brings in the corner, and that is well saved by De Gea. And I hope it's not going to be one of those games where we dominate the match and can't score, and then we lose 1-0. I really don't like those games at all, and I don't know why the gods decide that we can't score. But it does look like Manchester United are coming forward, and they've hit the bar, and it's cleared by Scott. And it's been a little bit of a game so far, and things are happening at both ends. And we are still, though, doing well. We're in this game. Possession is fairly even, and here we come forward again, but that's all the way through to the goalkeeper, and Manchester United have a chance to bring it out from the back, as they will. And De Gea, no, he's going to look long, and he is looking for somewhere to pass it to, and that's a long ball up, but it's beautifully intercepted by Stacey. And here is Sarr, who is leaving the club at the end of the season. He's agreed with me that he'll play out the season this year. He wants to go and play for Dortmund, who are very interested in signing him, and so we're going to let him go. Jota has put us 1-0 up. What a snapshot that was from the edge of the box. Jota, our new signing from Benfica, he has put us 1-0 up with a snapshot and a low drive from the edge of the box. Fernandes was poor for Manchester United. He gave it straight back to Sarr, and nothing seemed to be on, but that was a beautiful shot from Jota, and it is Watford 1, Manchester United 0, and we are up to the top of the league as it stands at present. I can't write Manchester United off yet, although we have been the better team, I think, over the 30 minutes so far. But Manchester United are always dangerous, and we will be lucky to keep a clean sheet against Manchester United. It is a test of our defence, but Manchester United have scored, and the marking on Ronaldo there was absolutely appalling. Even though we've said tight mark him, their marking was absolutely dreadful. I guess it's his off-the-ball ability that allowed him to equalise. It is now Watford 1, Manchester United 1. It's a very even game. It could go either way. I just hope it's going to go our way. And with 30 minutes gone, it is quite an entertaining game for the neutral fan. But as we come up to half-time, a 1-1 draw against our old bogey team, Manchester United, would be okay. We are slightly the better team, and I think I need to tell them that we've been the better team here, and we should be winning this game. But we are not. And I tell them a little bit of encouragement as well, that I have faith in you to turn this around, to win this game with a better team. Let's go out and win it. And it's been a very quiet start to the second half. It's still very, very even. We're slightly edging it, I think. But nothing at the moment seems to have happened. It may be time to make a substitution or two. But we will wait until this next highlight has passed, because we are in possession, and it's Udogi, and he finds, and it's found its way to Scott. Scott with a curler, and young Alex Scott has put us 2-1 up, and I think it is now time to make some changes. What an absolutely glorious strike, and that will put us back on the top of the league. But I haven't written Manchester United off yet, and I'm wondering, should I go to a more balanced stance, or should I just keep being positive? I think we'll just stay positive for the time being. And we have made a couple of changes as we look to build on this lead. And here comes Scott again. Scott was having the game of his life. And here is Sarr. Sarr over the top to Jota. And that looks like a penalty. Is it a penalty? And the referee will obviously check with VAR. They always check with VAR. He never trusts his own eyes anymore. This will be great if we can go 3-1 up. But obviously we haven't got the penalty yet, and we haven't even scored it. But the penalty is awarded, and the penalty is going to be taken on by, I'm not quite sure who will take this penalty. Will it be Sarr? Yes, it is Sarr to take the penalty. And it is Watford 3, Manchester United 1. What a start to the season this is becoming. We just need to be on our guard now, not do anything silly at the back. Don't give them a goal away and let them back into the game, because there still are 13 minutes of the game left, and the game can change. And I do wonder, should I go to a more standard style of play? And this game, it was going to be a test of our defence, but it's been the attack that has been the better of the two areas of the field. And we are doing very, very well. And here is Jota again. Jota is bringing it forward. And he's easily skinned the fullback. And he's into space. And Jota fires a shot. And De Gea, he puts it over the crossbar. And what a move that was by Jota. He looks like he's going to turn out to be a very decent purchase, as Stiller will look to fly in the corner, and that's headed away. And there are just 30 seconds left, and we have won this game against Manchester United. A very difficult start, including City and Wolves, and we've won this game quite easily. As Scott tries another shot from the edge of the box, and it's cleared away and gone out for a throw-in. And this looks like full time to me. We do possibly have one last highlight to come. The referee must be looking at his watch now as Jota finds Scott. Scott is taken down by Garner. It will be a free kick to Watford, and that is the end of the match. And it is Watford 3, Manchester United 1. Well done, lads, I'm saying. What an absolutely fabulous performance. And that will take us, and that will keep our 100% record intact. Although we are still in third, behind Chelsea and Brentford. It has been a great start to the season, and we have a lot of matches coming up before the Christmas break, and we are going to see it all the way through. We have our Euro Cup Group B, in which we will play Valencia, Olympiacos and Dundee United, and so hopefully we will qualify from that group quite easily. I feel very confident about doing that, and we are going to play all the way up to February now, before we come back and play. At the moment it looks like Southampton. That may change over the course of the season, and hopefully we will be in a very good position when we come back after the January transfer window. I don't see much movement in the January transfer window, but you never know. And that's it for this video. If you are a first-time visitor, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support all that good stuff that you can see scrolling above. And from a very, very happy Vicarage Road in Watford, after 3 games, 3 wins in the Premier League to begin season 3, we will bid you all farewell, and we will see you after the January transfer window.